Hey, check this out. I just got back from a friend's house, and he gave me this steel plate, hammer-shaped object with an oak handle. That broke. He wants me to make a new handle. What have I got? Well, I could use this piece of locust here. Locust makes a good handle, real strong, ain't gonna break. If he broke the oak, I need something strong. You know what I think I'm gonna use, though? It's this. That is some Osage Orange hedge apple. I've been thinking of making a bow out of that, but I don't know how to make a bow. I do know how to make a handle, though, and that will make a really nice handle. This ain't gonna break again when I'm done with it. First, I'm gonna start with the metal work. So I gotta take this handle off, because that ain't gonna do no good. That's one piece. There's the second piece. This is going to be lots and lots of sanding. Now, it's important to note, I'm not going down to a perfectly smooth, flat finish. I like things that show their age. I like things that show their usage. The person who hired me knows this. They gave it to me and told, do what I do. That's what I'm going to do. So as I sand, clean, and polish, all of that damage, signs of use, it's going to stay. It's going to look pretty when I'm done, though. And then I took it over to my drill press and using a wire brush, removed everything that was left until I got this nicely burnished hammerhead. Next step was to use a buffing wheel and some polishing rouge to get the hammerhead as smooth as possible. Now, I'm not removing all the nicks and all that. I'm just getting a nice, flat, even surface so that when I add the bluing, it shows up nice. Of course, you have to take some alcohol or some cleaner to remove all that polishing compound. And most important step is here where I'm going through with some soap and scrubbing off all of whatever oil might be on there. And it's very important to then rinse with the hottest water that you can manage handling, because the hotter you get this piece of metal, the better the next step works with the bluing, where you rub that in. And I like to start off in one direction, then cross hatch it the other direction, and follow it up with some nice little swirlies so I don't end up with a basket weave pattern. And yes, that might leave a little bit of white residue behind, but that easily wipes off and kind of buffs out with some paper towels. Now, once that's done, you want to rinse it under cold water this time. The cold stops the reaction and removes whatever residual chemicals you have left. Back to the buffing wheel, we're using a lighter compound this time, just to lightly buff out any imperfections and get a nice, smooth, even coat, and this will give it a really high luster. And after I'm done with that, I just repeat the whole process. Wash, apply, and lightly buff. So I've been cutting up this Osage Orange log, and man, that is such a bright yellow. But I got myself a stave to cut the handle from, and I got it marked up to cut. So it's time to cut it out on the bandsaw. Well, the handle's roughed out. I got a giant mess to clean up. I'm calling it a night. So this handle's almost done, and I think that is a beautiful yellow I got of that Osage Orange. I am very happy with this. One thing I gotta do yet, though, and that's oil and wax this handle. So for that, I got myself some boiled linseed oil, and then after the linseed oil dries, I'll come back with the wax. Drizzle some of that right on there. Rub that in. Oh, that is gorgeous. I absolutely love the golden luster that the linseed oil gave to the Osage Orange, but even more than that, I'm in love with the grain on this piece of wood. Hey, check this out. The hammerhead is done, and I love the color I got on that. It doesn't look brand new. I didn't want it to look brand new. I want it to look kind of weathered. I got a little bit of a kind of a bronze color showing through the black, which is exactly what I wanted. And it's ready to be attached to the handle, and just look at how that grain pops out. So Osage Orange made a beautiful handle, and it's time to attach the two. The handle's going to be attached using a couple of 1/4-inch brass pins that I had to spend hours going to hardware stores trying to find a brass rod to make those pins. It's going to be worth it. Oh, I'm excited to show you all this. It's done. Check that out. Oh, we've got blue steeled hammerhead, handmade brass rivets, Osage Orange handle with flame polish to bring out the grain, 3 coats of linseed oil and a coat of beeswax to seal it, and oh, that is just gorgeous. I cannot wait
to give this back to my friend. He is going to absolutely love it. Just check that thing out. Weighs a ton. Oh, I just kind of want to take and smash something with it. Just look at that. Oh, I'm so thrilled with this.